I think the first red passes the one down by the bulk line into that pocket, but no one's going to tell me this is an easy shot, especially with the other red partly obscuring the line. So there's a mistake. Now, is there anything that Xiao Guodong can take from that by way of his own encouragement?
施家辉, 46.
So C staring at this red, willing it not to come back and be cuttable to middle. So let's see then how Xiao Guodong is feeling now. He's in. He's seen for once his opponent go wrong.
I think he's looking at the bottom two reds to see if they're a plant of any kind or what else he can do with those reds in a line down the middle of the table, right below the pink. They're sort of basically kind of locking each other down a bit.
7.
So he might have to nudge them if the plant isn't on. Not a good shot.
14.
Not a good shot at all. And he's not even on that red, which would have been maybe a little fortunate. It wasn't a huge target. The four reds were down the middle. It was almost like one ball to hit, not four, from the angle he was coming in at them from.
Xiao Guodong, 14.
Minute and a half, unsure what to do. You know, clearly he's at the point where he's making the comeback, but he knows still that, you know, one false shot is end of match potentially. He's got to believe that could happen, even though it's not seeming likely. He just couldn't play the cue ball to the other end of the table with any confidence. May not be too bad. It left a bit of a dilemma for Xiao. Don't know if there's a red that goes to the middle. Not always the easiest camera angle that we're seeing it from there. But it's certainly an open looking frame still with all those reds up the table in play. Yeah, this red does go, and it's very difficult. Now that is a lot more like it from Xiao Guodong. Now this is the most wonderful chance. I mean, I know he's a few behind, 31. I see this two ways, Dave. I see this two ways in that it's a wonderful chance, but also if he doesn't take this one, he may not be able to get a second bite of the cherry, because it'd be demoralising. Now, the balls are there for him here.
9.
Well, the whole tournament has been an emotional roller coaster for Xiao Guodong. That match against Kyren Wilson had to be seen to be relieved the way he came through it, and then of course motored after that. The 3 centuries against Murphy. Played well after a bad start to the semi-final yesterday. He's played well all day until getting to 9, where he seemed to feel it a bit, but he got himself the chance here to get it won and complete victory
16.
in a maiden ranking event.
Yeah, I mean, he's 16 behind. Clearly, whatever he takes with these 5 reds, you know, the likelihood is the green is going to be wanted 17. Now that he's taken anything but the black. So he's going to have to pot the green to get the frame one from here because of the points he's still behind.
Great red to get in, though, wasn't it? If he wins it now, every credit to him. He's been put under all sorts the last hour.
He's
one of those players, I think everybody in the game knows how good he is. It's just a question of could he win a title. Of course, only he can provide the answer.
23.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought he was a good player, but I always wondered if he had the real sort of mental strength to win something big, and he's proved that he can certainly get to this, of doing so. A lot of the games, we know, never mind all the skill you need. He's not played a good there. So he's on 3 reds, all of them
28.
could have been easier.
Well, he didn't get on the red he played on. It was quite tentative, so he's still on this one, but he's just recovering from the initial error. So much pressure on, all eyes on the 2 players here in this packed arena.
Well, he got the green in play. I'm not sure whether that was by accident or design. So I get the feeling Xiao will come back to the table unless he rolls the brown to middle, but he's not in that sort of a mindset to play a shot that big. Second prize is the snooker, but it makes him favourite from here, depending on whether C gets out of this comfortably.
Yeah, big moment. This could be his last shot. Where's the red? Where's the red?
Well, if this is tense, imagine if it did go all the way to a 9-all. If this red is potable past the green, which it seems to be, and it goes in, we may not get to that juncture in the match, because this is, again, a good opportunity. It's the first red that's the big one. Well, he's been knocking that shot in just about all week. And I understand why that didn't go in, because there's his first ranking title to pick up if it does. Could have less an easier red for Xiao Guodong, though. there's any consolation he can find, that might be it. Well, he's not really a player that you associate with huge cue power. He's got enough of it, actually, but he's not a Judd Trump where you could see him screwing this in and getting back down for the blue or something. The black's underneath his cueing as well, so that's not very nice. It is not an easy shot, all things considered.
Well, it's a great pot. In the end, it wasn't her fault. The referee slightly obscured it, but Xiao Guodong doesn't care about that. He's knocked it in. What a pot.
Yeah, I mean, he's not playing the brown, rolling it in on the red. This is the long way round to the red from the blue. Well, this is not played very well, quite honestly. He didn't play it well. Did not play it well. He had no running side on it. He might still be able to pop the red. He might. Yeah, I mean, maybe the angle was deceptive, but I wondered if he could have played brown directly behind the red there. Well, that's a very good shot at least. It's something that he's almost pulled out of the wreckage of that visit was the snooker, which looks a pretty horrible business that he's involved in here. This is the snooker that could end the match, really. How do you hit this?
Yeah, I mean, he knows. Xiao Guodong, he's waited 17 years to win a title. He's prepared to wait a bit longer, but he's got him in a horrible position here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he looks like he's almost right behind the green, touching, perhaps even. And if he is touching it, then, I mean, that really does cut down your options. What you don't want to be doing is hitting straight into the bulk cushion first here, because then you know you're in trouble if that's what you're going to do. But he might be able to get to side cushions. Oh, good luck with this one, goodness me. Twice across, easy to go around the back of it as well. I mean, it's a horrid snooker. The miss will be called.
Xiao Guodong, 4.
I would like to think that if he got anywhere near it, it wouldn't automatically be called a miss, but let's cross that bridge later. For now, he's in a world of trouble, isn't he?
Well, put it this way, no one wants to see him lose the final from this shot on the miss rule. He might leave the red on, possibly. That's different.
It was almost like that was an action replay. He's got a bit of working out to do, a bit of homework to do before his next shot to try and find the correct angle from a horrible position. I'm afraid that should not be
7.
called a miss. I don't think it matters, but how can that possibly be called a miss? I don't think it'll matter, but I just, in a way, I'm glad he's got a pot on, because that should not have been put back. That was an incredible effort to escape from that one.
Well, here we are. Everyone needs to settle because these chances come. It's been quite a fraught evening. He pulled away to 9-4 and was just one away, but Xiao Guodong's hit back hard. Xiao's 18 in front here. It's in his hands now to get it won. Begging the cue ball to stop.
Well, no, I think it was always going to stop. I think he was just covering all bases there. Well, this is it's been a terrific final, isn't it? But this really is now the point of no return, it seems, for Xiao Guodong sitting and watching this.
Yeah, the brown will put him 23 points in front, so yellow and green, and it should be his title. We'll see plenty more of Xiao Guodong, that's guaranteed.
5.
Xiao Guodong doesn't want to see any more of him tonight, though. He wants to put this away now.
Seven.
Quite a brave way to play it round the back of the green. It's probably the only way that things could have gone wrong, but they're not going to now. Yeah, I think Xiao Guodong could be world champion in the making in the next 2 or 3 years. But today, it's all about Xiao Guodong, and you've got to say that he's played so well all week. He had a bit of a hiccup, a few bumps in the road this evening, but he's the deserved winner.
Well, he turned professional 17 years ago. For so long, a member of the game's supporting cast. Xiao Guodong has finally become a leading man. Xiao Guodong doesn't make him pop the blue. He comes forward to concede, and it is Xiao Guodong who wins his maiden world ranking title here at the Wuhan Open. A dramatic evening in the end. Xi came back very strongly, but Xiao Guodong, with that excellent snooker, set up the chance, and he's taken them out, and he is the winner. Finally, by 10 frames to 7, he'll collect the trophy and the £140,000 first prize.